A week ago, I told you guys that I'm going to start day trading, and I just wanted to know if I have what it takes to be a day trader, but most importantly, I'm going to be taking you guys on that whole journey. So this is me holding up to that promise and posting my first trade recap. But I want to give you guys a bit of a warning. The first day was a bit of a rocky start, but I think we get some good burnables out of it. So without any further ado, enjoy the video.
Welcome to the New York Stock Exchange.
Financial district at the tip of Manhattan is easily.
This is the first day where I lost $548, and looking at this number just absolutely makes me sick. But as part of the channel, we got to be transparent, and it's got to be done, you know. Anyways, let me just tell you guys what my thought process is and why I bought this. So ACB Aurora Cannabis, and if you guys haven't been noticing, in the past week and a half, cannabis stocks have been going parabolic, and that's just all due to the US election and people kind of figuring out that Biden is going to be taking the throne, and Biden is going to be supporting marijuana stocks on a whole federal level. So that's very good news for all marijuana stocks. So I saw this huge run and it went as high as 1450. I didn't trade on Monday, but my strategy for this day was to just have a quick bounce play, you know, just kind of see a huge sell off and just kind of quickly buy the bottom, and as it bounced really quickly, sell there. So for a quick $100, maybe $150 profit. That's what I thought. So my idea was that since 1450 was the high here, and I figured that this might be a good support level. So if it hits this support level early in the morning, showing a huge just sign of weakness, that I might be able to buy this support and sell for a quick bounce. But what happened is I bought the dip and turned out to be more of a dip. So here, let's just go on the 1 minute time frame here. So 917, 915, 921 that's where the support level that I was looking at. And keep in mind that this stock closed at $11.21 the day before. So here, let's do the quick math here just to show you how much lower it was when I bought it. So 11.21 minus 9 point, and I saw 9.17, divide that by 11.21. So the stock is already 18% down from the close, and I had a high of 1450 around here. So let's just see how much lower it was from the high too. So 1450 minus 917 that I bought. So let me just bring that down. So the stock was 36% down from the high of the 1450 within a day. So I just feel like that was a very good time to enter because it's such a huge drop. But if you see at the 1 minute time frame here, I buy in around the 917. I bought in 500 shares, and I bought another 500 shares around 901. So I'm like, okay, whatever, it went down a little more. But then what followed is just a huge dump with this huge volume right here that took us all the way down to around the 833 mark, and at one point I was down 650 plus actually, and as to pull back, I just panicked and pressed this sell button. So yeah, am I happy with the day? Absolutely not. The one thing that I want to do in the future from now on with this is, first, I do feel like this was not a bad play. 36% drop in a day from the day high, and attempting to buy a bounce. It's not a bad strategy, but the big problem I made here is me entering with a huge position. So from now on, I'm going to try to slow it down and just kind of not enter with a big position. I'm still learning, and I don't need to dump in 10 grand into a stock and lose $500, right? So there's just no need for that. But yeah, this day totally sucked, but we're just gonna brush it off and move on. So I'm gonna show you what happened the next day here, and better, but not that much better. All right, this is the second day, down $119. So just killing the game right here, just absolutely doing an amazing job. And I'm gonna be honest here. So a lot of this loss was due to just me trying to, gain back the loss that I had from the day before, and just naturally someone would do such a thing. But I did really try to limit my position sizing. I did not nowhere close to 1,000 shares or anything, but I did overtrade a lot. And so you can see over here, I traded Aurora again. So this stock closed at 8:30 yesterday, the day that I lost $548, and it opened around 6.90. Now it's just like huge drop on this stock, and now I'm just like, okay, maybe it's a good time to do that dip buy that I was talking about and kind of capitalize on that. So my plan was kind of buy the dip and just kind of have it go past the resistance and hopefully sell in the north of $7. But that's not what happens. You guys can see clearly it had a strong consolidation for literally, 1/3 or even half of the market. And each time I was trying to buy in, me thinking that's going to go past the resistance and me entering that $7 area and just have a little bit of that continuation, maybe $7.50, $8, because this is now clearly has lost more than 50% from the day high. So, but that's just not what happened. It just had that clear sideways consolidation, and yeah, so I just tried it over and over, and it just didn't work, and I stopped and I left it. Then I checked it again and just started making what I thought was going to happen. So now that does make me happy in a sense where now I know that I wasn't completely wrong in my strategy, but I overtraded it, and as a result I lost $119. That's not the best way to end it, but yeah, let's move on to the next video here. Okay, so this is the third day trading, and this is when I finally see some green numbers on my platform, so I'm really happy. But before I break this one down, I just want to say what I was doing the night before I kind of finally made some money on it, and the whole fact that I lost $540 on the first day, 119 on the second day, it's a lot to take in for sure. At that kind of trajectory, I'm only maybe 3 weeks away from blowing up the account, so I really had just bunker down and just kind of really focused on the setup and kind of just really collect the data that I had from the past 2 days and kind of just pinpoint where I was going wrong. So I knew that my emotions were extremely high, and I was just now being patient with my whole setups. So keeping that in mind, I was only trying to find really good setups for the whole day and cut my losses quick. So at first I looked at was American Airline. I shorted it first, lost 17.30. Then I went long and made $19. So maybe up 50 cents after commission, maybe down $1. So nothing too much going on there. Then I saw Snapchat here. So here, let me just go to a different charting platform. So pretty much I just saw Snapchat go higher and higher and higher and higher, and I was looking for a clear just a dump, kind of a weakness, and a bounce failing to go past the day high. So that's what I got here, but I didn't trade this because just the past few days losing money, I didn't want to like drop into it. I got cold feet, but like I didn't trade it, and the strategy is pretty much you sell it at that where it bounced off, so just a quick scalp. So I didn't touch that. So boom, I keep watching it. Then I see another drop here, but the bounce back on this one, it wasn't as high as it wasn't a clear bounce back here. I was like, oh man, maybe just it's gonna start dumping from here. But no, it just bounced back from here, and it bounced really strong. So I was like, okay, like it's gonna come to that resistance, then it goes past that resistance, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's got more room, it's got more juice to in the tank. So keep watching it, keep watching it. Then at this point, I see a big dump and it bounces back up and a failure to go past this resistance. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just pull the trigger here. I'm gonna go in, and I go in around 41.59, and it dumps here, and I get out. So it's 41.99 for a quick $100 gain. So I'm pretty stoked on that one. So XPEV is the next stock that I traded here. So let's take a look at that. So this whole like bounce here, I was trying to short a little bit here, but I was cutting my loss really quickly. If you see, let's go back to the video here. I did play a little bit here. You know, let's try to go short, made 20 bucks around the 46.74, then lost 11, lost 13. I'm like, okay, I might be entering the realm of over trading here, so I'm just gonna pull back and just wait for just a good entry here. And that's when I made that $100 here. So I entered around $45.52. So let me just go through the charts here and just kind of show you. So pretty much from here to here, I'm trying to scale into a good short entry, because I had a feeling the stock was reaching the point of being overextended, even on the RSI, and I was trying to just have a quick small position on the top, and when it flushes down and goes up again, I'll try to kind of build my position. But I just got faked out here, and when it flushed down and went up, I didn't want to enter it because I knew that it was up for the day. I don't want to make some stupid mistake and just kind of lose it all. So boom, this is where I would have entered and just flush all the way down here. So I was like, oh crap, I missed it. Okay, whatever. Then it went up again. It didn't hit that resistance, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I really my play usually kind of works on that first initial drop and buying that first initial pop. But this whole thing is just, I wasn't really liking it. Then that candle here that tried to go past this resistance, and that gets rejected and just climbs down and just flush down huge. So at this point, as entering this critical support level, I'm like, I think it's gonna break that. So on this pop, I got in around 44.52, and you can tell I hesitated a little bit because it went all the way up as 45.89, and but I entered at 45.52. Sorry. Then I just went on as it flushed down all the way down to 44.67. So locked in a quick $100, and I got out, and that put me at $189 for the day. And I just turned off the laptop and kind of just secure in that first green day. Got me ready for the next day on a good position here. So let's go check. All right, so this is the fourth day, or the Friday, and what I've been trying to do on this day is I wanted to trade LI. LI is the Chinese electric company, like the Tesla of China. Well, one of the Teslas of China. And in the past pretty much months, it's just been very overextended, especially the past few days, where it's kind of jumped from 24 all the way up to $41 at one point around this mark. And this is pre-market, and I'm also recording everything, you know, getting better at this trade recap stuff. But anyway, so play is shorting this overextended stock, and I wasn't going to enter this trade unless it bounced back from pre-market and came across around the $41 mark. And if it comes to that mark, I'm going to enter a half a position. If it goes past that, I'm going to give it some time and enter my other half position. That was my mark. Ideally, it bounces off the $41 mark, the pre-market high, then it flushes and on a bounce from that, I'll enter my other half and just write it down. And the day wasn't a very easy day to trade, you know. I did make $226 this day, but I could have made a lot more, but I could have also lost a lot more, so I'm not going to worry about that. But it was very kind of hard to kind of go with the flow with this stock, but I'm pretty happy with the end result because I stuck to my rule. So let's go check out what happens here. So let's just play the video. So let's fast forward a little bit. So it starts climbing on pre-market here, if you can see over there. It's going. Oh, it's going down right now, but it starts climbing. Let's go, baby. Woo. So now it's real time. The stock market is open, and she's bouncing. She's bouncing. So I'm building a position right now because it's getting closer. It's past that $40. I'm slowly getting in. Okay, boom. So I'm like up $47. So I'm like, okay. All right, and I'm like, ooh, is that? So at this point, I thought this was the high, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait for the bounce and kind of build up more position here. But I'm also gonna be ready. As you can tell right here, actually, I got out. So I'm really cutting my losses as quick as I can, and I'm not messing around, you know. But here, let's go check it out. Okay, so let's see, it keeps going up, goes higher. Let's do a little fast forward, and I short here again, and I shorted here again because I just felt like maybe now this is going to be the resistance, and that's the wall, and more shorters are gonna see that being this double topped, and they're gonna be loading on their shorts. Okay, so I'm trading it. Okay, alright, good. So boom, see that huge flush? Now I'm up $240 on the day here, and I'm like, okay, so, and the reason why I didn't take this is because there's so much more room for this to go. You know, there's a lot more room, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna wait it out and see how it goes. Okay, I'm waiting, and I'm like, okay, it's kind of bouncing back, and so it does bounce back pretty good. So at this point, I saw it kind of bouncing back, and I didn't want to lose on the profit that I had, so I just kind of, when I saw this thing slowly build up, and I kind of just saw on the level 2 that is kind of building up more on the bid side, I just quickly try to get out. So I just got out, boom, and it starts going up, and I'm like, okay, crap, so what's gonna happen? So now I'm telling myself, don't get too excited, wait for the setup to come. And I saw this pullback is coming. I'm getting excited. I don't want to enter a position prematurely, so just wait it out. That was kind of what I'm telling myself, just wait it out. So let's do a little fast forward here, see what's going on. So I started building a position here. I'm only in with 40 shares, so not too much. You know, I'm happy with seeing that. So I'm letting that ride. So that kind of took me out. So now I'm down $11 for the day, right? So you kind of see the battle that I'm having with this stock here. So I'm letting it go. It's shooting up. So now I'm gonna wait for it to kind of like hit this resistance over here. So now I'm just gonna wait for it to kind of yeah, I'm pretty much looking for a good entry point at this point, and not kind of jump in too early and have this FOMO of that the bus is gonna leave without me. Okay. Alright, so I'm down $27 for the day, and I just feel like it's gonna roll over here. So I'm in with 160 shares, and I'm just kind of waiting for this to slowly kind of go down and possibly just have a big flush. So I'm just waiting patiently. My hand, like my mouse is super close to the cover button, so if I need to get out quickly, I can get out. But yeah, I'm a little more comfortable. It's going toward my direction. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I see it go, and this thing is going. I'm like, all right, cool. So, oh, let me go back here. It starts going toward me. I'm happy, but then it does make another reversal the other way. Now I get out quickly for a $9 profit. Alright, so now I'm really having a good time with this stock here. I'm up, I'm down, I'm trying to chase it. I'm trying to build a position too, so it's getting tough. So jeez. Now I see that it's going up now. Like let me pause it here. At this point it's past this resistance level. So this is a bullish, kind of a bullish sign, but it could also be a good another re-short around this resistance. So I'm just taking a look at it now. Alright, so let's see what happens. A little fast forward. So building a small position there. So now I have a comfortable position, I'm in, and starts going down more and more. Oh. So at one point I was up around 250 here again, but again I didn't want to sell because I wanted it. I think there's a lot more room for it to go, and it's up quite a bit. But keep in mind here, let me just pause it here. Keep in mind my emotions are very high here, and the fact that I've had these losing days is also in the back of my mind. So I'm really trying to check that, but I'm only human and I'm trying to make it work. So, but let's see what happens here. So do a little bit fast forward. So it does start kind of creeping back up again, and I just kind of get freaked out that it's gonna bounce from this level, and I sell out. So I'm up $157 on the day. So, but that's I think it keeps going down, I believe. Yeah, so it just keeps going down, and I feel like I'm gonna miss the bus. Here, let's watch that part. So I'm $150 up right there, and I can kind of see that it's getting weaker and weaker and weaker. The level 2 is showing a lot of red here, so I'm like, okay, crap, I gotta hop in, and I get in, then I get out. And I'll tell you why I got out. I got out of here because when I got in, I just had this bad feeling that this is a horrible entry. I'm shorting a stock at a support level, and I wasn't feeling comfortable with that. And I told myself that I'm only going to be taking A+ setups. And the fact that I added another another $30 or so, I was like, okay, I'm happy, whatever. I'm just gonna wait and see if there's a better opportunity to show up. So let's see. This is the day. I'll try to short here again. Okay, it's now had that bounce back. I'm gonna enter here. Okay, let's see. So it's going against me. Now I'm down $90. So I'm just like, okay, that's already lost half my profits there. So I'm entering this short as it bounces back up, and I see that my P&L is going back up again, and I get out to 185. I felt like this support was going to be so strong that I was going to see a strong bounce. I just kind of didn't want to chase it. I called it a day here. But this is where it gets a little more saucy. So I went to bed, then I saw that the stock just plummeted right here. So this is when I stopped trading here. And in the beginning I said that it had a lot of space to go down, but I stopped trading here because I felt like it was going to be strong support, bounce, and also it just, that whole emotion of making money, losing money kind of freaked me out. And I just saw $185 as profit, and I'm like, I'm just going to lock that in. and just not overthink it, because it's always going to be another time for me to trade these stocks like this, and there's no need for me to get emotional this one and lose money. I'm kind of getting the understanding that emotions is the main part of trading stocks, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so I see this huge drop, and I'm like, okay, I think I can do a quick bounce play here, and quickly get in, and I buy 100 shares. I'm trying to add more than I buy another 100 shares here. So I'm 200 deep, and I see this bounce, and I'm like, look at her go, just printing, just keep going up, keep going up, keep going up, keep going up. Okay, kind of hold off right here, I wait, and I see, I'm also watching the level 2 build up here. So I'm like, okay, it's got more and more juice, keeps going up, 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 and I sell 100 shares there quickly to lock in profit. Then I lock in another 100 there pretty quickly. So let's see. So I locked in at 100. Now I ended the day $351 up. And keep in mind, I did say I did end this day with $229. So that means I went back and traded and lost money. So this is one of the most amazing data I receive from watching myself trade, and how very impulsive I can be when I'm entering these kind of markets. Okay, so let's see what happened here. So I'm just like, all right, so it's down so much. It probably has a little more bounce, so I'm just gonna wait for it to go down a little bit, maybe hit around the 31.78 mark. Then I'm gonna load up more, and hopefully it can go up to, well, let's just say $34 or so, you know. Got back in, $43 down.
Baba Booey.
So got in for the second time.
Baba Booey.
Now I'm only up $255 for the day. Okay, but doesn't stop right there, because I keep going back in, because I'm just a genius, you know. I'm smart. I'm cool like that. All right, so now this is the third time getting in. Yeah, so down to $229.
Bruh.
And I was up as high as $355. So yeah, it's not the best thing, but at least I'm up. I'm green, so that's a good thing. If I still had my 300 shares around $39.50, at 32, I would have clearly been over $1,000. So, but hey, I'm not gonna worry about that, because I didn't make $1,000. I made 229. In fact, I'm actually down for the week. So, but the one thing that I do recognize that is, I'd recognize a stock being overextended, and I recognize a good resistance level that's gonna bounce off, and it did. And I could have made a lot of money, but I made $229, which is, I'm really happy with that. And kind of taking this in, next week's plan is going to be just slowly trying to go back from the drawdown that I have and come back to my starting balance, and hopefully start building more and more toward it, and just kind of really focus on those A+ setups, and not really worry too much about the money, but more about the whole setup and the whole process of how I'm going to do this. But yeah, let's not waste any time, and end this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one here.